Kittens are adorable. That's something that most of us can agree on. But when a rescue cat gave birth to a strange kitten, no one knew what would happen later. The origin of a new breed of cat, which came to be known as Selkirk Rex, all started from one particular feline who was uniquely different in her own way. Mr. Pesto started her life back in 1987 as a stray. Unfortunately, her mother had been found as an abandoned cat in the state of Montana in the United States of America. Sadly, stray cats can often be found all over the country, as they are some of the most abandoned animals in the world. Luckily for this mama though, she was rescued and taken to a local shelter, where the shelter staff realized that the feline was pregnant. It wasn't long before the cat gave birth to 4 healthy little kittens, all of them as adorable as the next. But it was one kitten in particular that attracted their attention. Out of all 4 of the gorgeous baby animals, the one called Mr. Pesto was the only one with curly, crinkly fur. The other 3 had straight, short fur like any normal cat. And whilst all of the kittens were beautiful in their own way, Mr. Pesto easily looked the cutest. Her short, curly fur made the kitten look almost like a cuddly teddy, one that you'd want to hug because of how soft and adorable it is. The adult cat was a great mama to her babies and looked after them incredibly well for the first part of their lives. After the kittens had nursed for a few weeks, it was time for them to be adopted out so that they could find their new forever homes. Due to her unique look, it wasn't long before Mr. Pesto was attracting a lot of attention, and sure enough, she found her new forever home with someone who would love her completely. A woman called Jerry Newman had been looking for a new cat to welcome into her home. She was a breeder of Persian cats and loved the felines with all of her heart. But whilst she had quite a few purebred Persian cats already, she felt as if she could still do more to help rescued cats who deserved a second chance at life. She wanted to adopt one that she could go on to breed. That was when she discovered Mr. Pesto. Jerry immediately fell in love with the unique little fluff ball and her curly coat, and she knew that she had to adopt her. Mr. Pesto, who was also fondly known as Pest, was named after a character from the 1980s television program Moonlighting, who was known for pestering people in order to get their attention or to get her way. Pest's intriguing look, coupled with her calm, kind and loving nature, made her the perfect candidate to try and breed. Her perfect disposition meant that any kitten she had would be entirely suited for family homes, as they wouldn't get too scared or bothered by any children that might be about. Because she was a cat breeder, Jerry knew exactly what to do in order to make sure that Mr. Pesto got pregnant with some healthy kittens. The cat that Jerry wanted to mate Mr. Pesto with was a black Persian called Photo Finish of Decay. This feline had a similar appearance to Pest, just without the curly fur. The breeding went as planned, and before long, Mr. Pesto was pregnant with a litter of kittens. For the next 9 to 10 weeks, Jerry made sure that Pest had everything she needed in order to give birth to happy and healthy kittens. The breeder couldn't wait to see how they would turn out and whether or not they would share Pest's same curly coat or be more like their father with straighter fur. When the time finally came for Mr. Pesto to give birth, Jerry was anxiously waiting to see what her kittens would look like. Pest ended up giving birth to a litter of 6 healthy kittens and, to Jerry's utter joy, 3 of them had the same curly, crinkly fur that the breeder had fallen in love with in Pest. The fact that 3 of the kittens had the curly fur was a rare occurrence at the time. This is because in other breeds that had similar coats, such as the Cornish Rex and the Devon Rex, the curly fur was a recessive gene, meaning that it could easily be overpowered by a more dominant gene of another cat. Mr. Pesto's curly fur, however, was clearly a dominant genetic characteristic. This meant that crossbreeding her and her kittens was easier to do, as her one-of-a-kind genetic mutation eliminated the need for selective gene breeding, because it was more likely that her kittens would get her gene of curly fur. According to Mother Nature Network, there is no worry of losing the natural curl in the feline's fur, and having a varied gene pool is essential for producing healthy cats in the future. This is because any malformities or gene anomalies can be fixed with the healthy genes of other cats. Jerry decided to name the breed Selkirk Rex after her stepfather. This is the only cat so far to be named after a person. For the next 25 years, the Selkirk Rexes were bred using different breeds of cats, mostly with the British or American Shorthair or with more exotic felines such as the Black Persians. It wasn't until 2015 that the breed was finally able to be bred with its own kind, making it a relatively new breed of cat. The fact that this new breed only came about due to a genetic mutation of an abandoned shelter kitten just proves how important it is to adopt, not to shop. If Jerry had never found Mr. Pesto, then it would have been likely that the feline would have been neutered by the shelter and never have gone on to pass down her curly fur genetics, and we wouldn't have such adorable kittens now. Lots of people believe that shelter animals are either too old, too sick, or simply not cute enough, but they would be wrong. A lot of the time, rescue animals are healthier and more sociable than pet shop animals, as they have interacted with humans and other animals their whole life, much like Mr. Pesto. The Selkirk Rex breed has recently become very popular, with many people from all over the world wanting to know how they can get one. This is largely due to one particular photo of an adorable orange kitten with curly fur which went viral back in 2015 when it was posted on social media sites such as Instagram. The photo was posted with the caption, "I have never seen a cat with curls until today." With lots of people wondering what kind of cat it is, it wasn't long before the Selkirk breed was famous. Despite its popularity, this cat wasn't seen as an official breed until 2012, when scientists at the University of Veterinary Medicine in Vienna declared that it was able to maintain its breed through Selkirk Rex cats alone. Since then, this adorable and gorgeous feline has been high on the list of cats that people would like to own. Their soft, curly fur makes them look like a small teddy bear, and their calm, curious, and playful personalities make them perfect as a house cat for families with children, as they love to play about and aren't easily scared off by loud noises such as crying or shouting. But whilst it's great that a new breed has come about from a single shelter cat, it's important to remember that you shouldn't get a rescue animal just in the hopes of making a cute kitten or puppy out of them. With the amount of abandoned animals that already live in shelters all over the world, we should do what we can to give them new and loving homes, instead of adding to the problem by making more kittens or puppies that could possibly just be abandoned as well. And whilst what Jerry did led to a whole new breed of adorable felines, many people believe she acted a little irresponsibly. This is because they believe that she couldn't have bred the cat, as it only added to the already huge problem of stray and abandoned cats. Whether it was wrong or right though, the world now has a new breed of felines, the Selkirk Rex, and with how beautiful and cute they are, I don't think anyone would want to get rid of them now. If you like this video, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons for new updates. And if you want more amazing content, just head over to my channel.